The past, the present, the future. What binds them together? Your past, your present, your future. It's you, a living dynamic individual who may grow and change and team up with others during different stages of your life. But you are the central figure. And even though we may grow and change, the foundations and lessons of the past are still relevant to our present and future. In fact, there are times when reconnecting with the past is essential to resharpen our focus. Hello, everyone. My name is Pate, and today I will be sharing with you how reconnecting with changes in my past during the COVID pandemic have made me happier and given me a hopeful perspective for my future. In 2020, when the pandemic first hit, our in-person classes were canceled, and we had to take classes from online. During this period of time, I slipped into some bad habits, namely sleeping well past midnight and waking up during the afternoon. I missed most mornings and ended up bundled in bed after every meal. As my focus and my time management skills deteriorated, I realized that I was constantly feeling sleepy, fatigued, and that my mental acumen was declining. I strangely remember waking up to a house where everyone was off doing productive things, and I had just started my day. Countless hours that could have been used to embrace life were wasted. Like the frog in boiling water, I was in a dangerous situation. I felt miserable and lost. I could feel a cloud of confusion, and I hated those feelings. So one day, I finally have had enough. So I decided to make a change. I spent a whole afternoon brainstorming and analyzing how I can make this change. Then I came to the conclusion to put myself on a strict schedule. First, I'd wake up at 8, get prepared for the day, and then work out at 8:30. After that, I'd prepare and eat a healthy meal at 9. Next, I'd read for 2 hours and record any unfamiliar words I had to review. And finally, I'd start homework at 3 with the goal to finish at 6 dinner time. With determination, I stuck to this plan for all the days we were out of school. Now you may say, great, Hannah, you reconnected with a structured routine to help you succeed. And yes, this structured routine did help me get out of my dreary slump, but more importantly, it gave me the time, the opportunity to find out what I was passionate about. Reading, boxing, playing the guitar, and healthy living. You see, I never really liked to read because I thought that I was always forced to do so in academics or for the sole reason of studying. But when I really had the time to myself to read a book for fun, I realized that I truly loved it and even found my love for classical literature. The same applied for healthy living. You see, in the past, I binged on a diet of high sodium and unhealthy foods. Now that I had the time to myself, I could make food for myself and cook, so I could prepare healthy and fresh meals. As a result of this, I not only felt healthier, but I felt good. In fact, when school started again, I started waking up at 5 a.m. to make myself breakfast and lunch. And then, as school started again, I found that my grades were improving unexpectedly. I started forming new relationships, and my faith in God strengthened. Everything fell in place. I was confident that everything was going to be okay. Yet, as in all stories, this all changed. Returning to on-campus life, I let my guard down, and disorganization crept its way in. Under the veil of overconfidence, that thinking that I could handle everything, procrastination reared its ugly head. Naturally, my quantity and quality of sleep then suffered. In fact, I started dozing off in class, and my GPA fell to a number that I could never have imagined. So as a result of this stress, I started to push everyone around me away, and I even forsook the newly found habits and hobbies that brought me such pleasure and joy and meaning. No more reading, no more boxing, no more guitar. It was as if everything I just built, everything I found the slightest pride in, had run from me, leaving me out in the blue, lost again. It's kind of funny to see how someone can be at their happiest and then just ruin it with their ignorance. I felt disconnected. I needed to reconnect with the ones and the people who brought me joy. I needed to find myself again. Then I thought back to when everything felt in place. And I realized that what I had done was not putting my life in place, but rather I had found myself, my identity. I had discovered what motivated me, what made me laugh, what kept me up, and who made me. And the great thing about this is the joy I felt from this realization that this is reconnection. I could see the situation clearly, and I could correct my mistakes. I had misunderstood what I wanted for myself. I thought that grades were the only name cards that mattered and defined each one of us. But now I realize that each one of us are unique, and what defines us are our identity, our faith, and our values. Now, hopefully, in the small choices of life, day by day, I can stay connected to these principles as I face the new tests of life. Because reconnection, true reconnection, empowers us to bring the past to the present, to fight for what was once lost, so that we can find our purpose and who we are meant to be. Thank you.